Hello everyone. Today we will understand in a general way what this whole issue about the production of microorganisms is about. Thank you Eric Cruz for your doubts. I hope to clarify them with this video. For starters, microorganisms, as many already know, can be used according to their qualities in various areas such as the environmental, remediation of soil or water or disease, and pest control, which is what we focus on most in our lab. Let's give a summary of what this whole issue about the production of agricultural microorganisms is all about. First of all, it is very important to be clear that two microbial groups are usually used for agriculture: fungi and bacteria. The two are different. Fungi are organisms that consume organic matter and appear macroscopically as microscopic. The microscopic forms are what we work in agriculture. These microscopic forms in turn occur in two forms. The first is the yeast that you know as Saccharomyces, and the second form is that of these organisms are those milky or dusty beings that appear in the bread or the frugal and that are known as molds or filamentous fungi. Bacteria are another group of microorganisms, present as a single cell, which may be grouped, but its unit is that of being a single functional cell. Bacterial cells are different from all other cells because they do not have a defined nucleus like the others. This type of cell is known as a prokaryotic cell, which causes its metabolism and reproduction to be faster as well as its ability to mutate. Its metabolic machinery is simpler and faster. Instead, all fungi are larger and more complex cells. These organisms have a nucleus with their organelles inside and are known as eukaryotic cells. They have a more complex metabolic system and a slightly longer form of reproduction. So when they want to do the reproduction of these organisms, they have to take into account that they have different nutritional needs in addition to their ability to reproduce is very different. If they put a bacterium and a fungus to reproduce in the same culture medium, the bacterium wins quickly because, in a matter of minutes, it can already divide while the fungus will take more time. When we reproduce these microorganisms, we do it in equipment known as bioreactors. These bioreactors can be solid or liquid as we see in the video. Basically, in solid bioreactors, fungi can be produced and substrates are used as a nutritional base. They can also be placed in trays or bags. Specific designs are used in liquids depending on the type of microorganisms and what you want to obtain from that microorganism. Another point to evaluate that I have already commented on before, that when they carry out in these bioreactors anaerobic fermentations, because their use is mainly to make transformations to the organic matter that they place there more than the production of organisms. Think of a beer. Beer is made from yeast. If you put oxygenation, does not brew and rather grows yeasts, but if you leave it without oxygen, fermentation occurs and then we get beer. We have bioreactors that allow us to obtain microbial mass, i.e., a greater number of active organisms, or perhaps a metabolite for which the process of agitation or culture medium allows that metabolite to be generated, and then you make an extraction process. This liquid process is used for fungi and bacteria. Concerning microorganisms, they should know that each one can have a single function or several at the same time and should be properly managed depending on the culture. If they have a vegetable crop that is usually easily attacked by fungi and insects, the most appropriate would be to use trichoderma at foliar and root level, bacillus at the root level, entomopathogens at the foliar level, and very important cultural management, have in this crop plants that attract natural predators like ladybugs or these insects that make natural control. Remember that the use of microorganisms is a technique within the integrated management of pests and diseases, and they are not able to carry the full weight of the disease or pest to the microorganism. Most are preventive rather than corrective. In the comments box, I will leave you a link to the most common microorganisms and the most classic function they have. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave your concerns for future videos.